What's going on? This is Jada Black. I am back here with another video. I received an email that was sent to me by a subscriber. Shout out to that subscriber. And he wanted to know my thoughts on successful black men or black men who carry themselves in a different way, pretty much not being accepted by other blacks. And reading the email, I could sense what this person was saying. I could sense that they had chosen a different route, and because of that, they wasn't accepted by the people who look like them, who say that they want camaraderie amongst other black people, when really they don't want any camaraderie. Like, they really don't. They say that they have a whole system against them, but they choose to not accept people who could help them against that system, because they may dress a little differently, they may speak a little differently, they may carry themselves a little differently, they have a different education level, and because of that, you don't accept this person or you hate this person because of that. And I don't get that either. You have a community full of ignorance. I was thinking about doing a campaign against ignorance in the black community, because we do have a lot of ignorant people. And I was at the barber shop yesterday, and I was listening to this guy speak. And he talked about how we need to vote for Hillary Clinton and we can't vote for Donald Trump. Donald Trump is this. Republicans are this. Then I asked him about the fact of the emails. I asked her about the fact that people are holding Bill Clinton's presidency against her because of the crime bill he signed. He didn't even answer that question. He didn't know how to answer that question, because you have, and this is an older black man, by the way. Very older, who I'm pretty sure understands the difference in society then with black people and now, and feels like the Democratic Party is what we should vote for, even though black people have been voting for the Democratic Party for over 40 years. But anyway, reading this email, I could only help but see myself in this person. They're conservative in their politics. He carries himself different. He doesn't look like the typical black dude, because a lot of these black dudes do act and dress the same because they know what black women look for. They have different interests. I have different interests from other black men that I've grown up around. And you won't be accepted if you don't show your ignorance like they do. And that's fine. To this emailer, and hopefully you watch this video, I'll probably just send you a link. I would just say, continue to do you. Don't worry about being accepted by black people. There is nothing cool about being black in 2016. I know some of you are going to be upset about that, but that's the truth. You have black people shaming other black people into thinking the same way that they do. You got the rapper T.I. posting Instagram messages to Lil Wayne, talking about how disappointed he is in him, using the word coon and sellout. And this is the same guy who sold musical dope to his own people. This is a guy who's been to jail over and over. He's been to jail for drugs. He's been to jail for guns. This guy literally got arrested in the middle of the road in Los Angeles after an award show. But he's the one who's speaking up for black people. And this is recently. This isn't like 10, 15 years ago. This was what? This was, let's see. This was what, about 4 years ago? Let me see, maybe 4, 5. It could have, but anyway. But now he's speaking up for black people. He's shaming other successful black men into thinking like a goddamn slave. This is what we have. This is what happens when you have no leadership in your community. You got rappers who used to rap about selling dope to your people. He's speaking up for your community. He's shaming other black men into thinking like sheep. You see, we have this problem where you got a lot of these dudes who grew up in single parent homes. They don't know how to handle their emotions. They don't know how to interact with other black men. So when they see another black man who thinks for himself, they see another black man who does not need other black people for validation. They're comfortable in their masculinity. They're comfortable in who they are. Black people see that as a threat. Because a man who's well spoken, a man who makes his own way, his own living, because the emailer I spoke to, I believe he's self-employed. A man who does for himself, who doesn't make excuses, is always going to be the enemy. Because you have a sickness in the black community. It's called victimhood. You have people who are comfortable being broke. You got men who are comfortable living with other women, and you got women who are comfortable having men live with them. You also have men who will brag about the fact that their daughters have grown men living in their households. I've literally heard someone say this. My daughter's boyfriends live with them. And it's like, are you proud of that shit? But that's what's going on in the black community. And when you have black men who think differently, who don't allow a certain narrative to keep them down, they're going to be viewed as the bad guys. It's a damn shame. But that's what's going on out here. Successful black men only seem to get respect, and they only seem to get appreciation from non-black people, especially non-black women. This is why you even have black women who themselves are educated diss these brothers, because they know these brothers have options. See, black men with options piss off black women because black women don't have a lot of options. Most black women don't. It is what it is, but most black women don't, and it's usually because they're either obese, they're either fat and out of shape, or they have children. And because of that, their options are limited, and they're mad about that. They're in denial. Okay? A lot of them are relegated to only dating black men, and it makes them mad every single day. These are facts. I'm not making anything up. Look at the percentage rate of single mothers. No man wants to go into a ready-made family. No man wants to take care of another man's child, especially if he's successful. This is why successful black men are used with non-black women, because those non-black women don't have children. They're in shape. You have people who will make fun of how black men will date white women who are fat and ugly. No, they're not. The successful black men that I've seen are not dating fat women. That's a stereotype. The only type of black man that's dating a fat and unattractive white woman are broke black men. They are the same black men who date black women. These are facts. There's no difference. But I will say this, though. If you are a successful black man, you need to be around people who accept you and appreciate you, even if they don't look like you. Because you have not only the narrative in the lamestream media, but you But you also have your own black people who wish to see you fail. As quietly as it's kept, there are a lot of black people who love to see other black people fail, and they laugh about it because they don't care about you. This whole, we need to do this and this together as a community. What community? Haven't been a community in over 40 years. And I'm pretty sure a lot of you know why that is.